Hi everyone, and thanks for listening to another Radults RadBite, the bite-sized accompaniment to our usual full-length Radults podcast. Today's guest is an awesome one, in the form of bass player Eddie Breckenridge. Eddie is the bass player for American rockers Thrice, who will be out in Australia in May for their first headline tour in over 10 years. Eddie was kind enough to join us today to discuss the wonderful world of playing bass in Thrice. Hi Ed, thanks for joining the Radults podcast. My name's Brenton, I'm the host.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Now Ed, for listeners who aren't massive music nerds like myself and my co-host Mike, who are you and what do you do?
My name is Ed Breckenridge. I play bass in the band Thrice. I'm an original member. We're all original members, so yeah. And we're coming to Australia.
And Australia is very much looking forward to having you. Now, the The Thrice story starts way back in 1998, which is 21 years ago now. What do you think has been the secret to your longevity?
I think it's just that we love music, we love making music, and we've also never really fallen into the trap of making music for people other than ourselves. So I feel like what might happen with some bands is they kind of create a sound once, when they get together, and then people enjoy that, and then the band then thinks that they have to make the thing that people enjoy rather than going back to going and doing what they enjoy, and then realizing that the people that love the music love what they create, not that they've created it for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel since we haven't ever fallen into that and we kind of just do whatever we want and love making that, it's always made every record feel really fresh to us, and probably also the same for the people that listen to our music.
I'd say you've hit the nail on the head with that. The band sound definitely has evolved throughout the years. And I personally first got into the band around the Illusion of Safety. And I feel like your progression as a band has mirrored my progression as an adult. And I think that might help keep your music relevant, which it very much still is.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Now, you've got a new EP coming out in advance of this little tour that you're doing to Australia.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're still churning out material at quite a rapid pace. Are you feeling really inspired at the moment?
This EP was actually from the same sessions that we did of the Palms record. It's called Deeper Wells. And we didn't want to call it B-sides because they're not like B tracks, they're not like lesser tracks, but we had recorded 14 songs, and then we were like, well, we don't want to have, I think it was 14 songs. We don't want to have like a like a 14 song record that's too long. So they just decided to split it up into a full length and an EP. I think people like it. It definitely is pretty diverse, just like the album is. Like, there's some mellower stuff and there's some heavier stuff. So, hopefully, I think people like it. I mean, I can't wait to share the songs with people and also play them. So it should be fun.
That's awesome, and it's being released in collaboration with Record Store Day, which is an awesome initiative, but I'm sure as a music lover, you're all about.
Absolutely. Our band wouldn't exist if it weren't for Justin working at a record store, and kind of like all the music that we were introduced to by that community. I feel like record store communities are things that don't really exist anymore, but also at that time, online communities didn't exist. So it's not saying online communities are bad. It was just it was a different kind of hub to find out about music. It was really, really good.
Now, this next question's a bit of a fun one. What does it feel like seeing Thrice stickers in the background of episodes of It's Always Sunny?
Oh my gosh, it's so cool. I feel like somebody once told me how it got there, or somebody that worked there put it up, or I don't know. It's so cool though. It's an old sticker too. It's like early Thrice sticker. So, yeah, it's definitely like one of the highlights of things that has happened for us.
That's amazing. I love to hear that it's the little things that still give you kicks. That's amazing.
Oh, totally. I love that show.
Now, you're coming out in May to do a rescheduled Australian tour, which is your first headlining tour of Australia in over a decade. How do you feel about heading back out to Australia?
It's been far too long. It's one of our favorite places to travel and play. And we've had chances in the past, like tours would come up and be like, oh, we're going to do this. And so that was like in the books as a tour that was going to happen. And then it would get canceled, or something else would come up that was like the last tour, or tour that we were going to do earlier in this year, where we were offered a tour, and it was like kind of something that we couldn't turn down, but we could reschedule something later. But it's been far too long. I don't really understand how it happens that we haven't come back, but it sucks, and I hope it doesn't happen again. I mean, I would like to promise that it wouldn't happen again, and maybe I should just promise that it won't happen again, because we're stoked to be coming back. Like the last tour that we did there was so fun. Every tour that we've done there has been so fun, and the crowds have been great, and just seems ridiculous to have not gone back.
Well, I'm sure that many of the sold-out shows are going to be ones to remember. Now, we don't have you for too long today, but a large focus of the podcast that we have here on Radult is on helping others achieve their creative dreams in the same way that people like yourself have. What would be your tips for someone who's looking to be a professional bass player?
I'd almost say don't look to be a professional bass player. I think the most important thing, kind of going back to the thing that we were talking about earlier about why the band has lasted, would also apply here. It's really about finding the things that you desire when playing music and seeking those out, rather than trying to find what other people will like. And I feel like if you are making things that are truly inspired by something that you enjoy, other people will enjoy that too. They will find inspiration in the inspiration that you have found. They won't find inspiration in you trying to figure out what they like, So I think that definitely applies. Same for playing music or doing art or taking photos or whatever. Creativity stuff is like, creative works are inspiring if they're coming from a place that is true to you, because that'll be different for somebody else and cool to experience for somebody else,
That sounds like incredible advice, and I think that you're really going to help our listener base. Unfortunately,
awesome. Thank you.
Unfortunately, I apparently have to let you go already, which is such a shame. I'd love to have a chance to talk to you in an extended format at some point.
Are you going to be able to come out to the shows?
Yeah, I'm definitely at Melbourne. Both myself and Mike are at Melbourne.
Okay. So, yeah, make sure you come say hi. We'll discuss further.
Absolutely. Now, thank you for being on the Radults podcast, Ed Breckenridge. I look forward to seeing you, your brother, and the rest of the crew in Melbourne.
Awesome.
That brings us to the end of the Radults RadBite with Eddie Breckenridge from Thrice. If you'd like to see Eddie and his bandmates do what they do best, and that's rock the house, get out to their Australian tour this May. Dates are Thursday the 16th of May at the Metro Theatre in Sydney, Friday the 17th of May at the Lions Arts Factory in Adelaide, Saturday the 18th of May at the Triffid in Brisbane, Sunday the 19th of May at 170 Russell in Melbourne, and Tuesday the 21st of May at Amplifier Bar in Perth. People who had tickets to the original dates, please be aware that those tickets are 100% valid for the upcoming dates. Once again, I thank you for taking the time to listen to the Radults podcast. As always, remember to like, rate, comment, share, and subscribe to our content, and live life a little more Radults.